What's going on, guys? It's Shahab here from manmindcoaching.com and Trainers on Site. So, to become the best version of you, there's obviously a lot of things. There's working out, there's eating right, there's being with the right people, and there's a lot of different things that you can do to become the best you could be. But there's also stretching. So that's what I'm going to talk about here today. I'm going to show you guys 5 different stretches you can do there's a lot more, trust me, but 5 to really open up. There's your back, there's your chest, there's your hips, your buttocks, right? So I'm gonna focus on the main areas and implement these guys. You can do them before bed, after bed, during bed, doesn't matter, okay? But let's get into the 5. Okay, so stretch number 1 is for your lat, okay? And your lat's a huge muscle. People usually think it's just the upper back area, but it's not. Like, it starts in a low back and it goes all the way like underneath the armpit area. I'm generalizing, but it covers everything, and that's what gives you that that V back, right? And it looks nice. So you're gonna take a band. If you don't have a band, don't worry. You can still grab onto something and really pull. The band will intensify the stretch a bit more. Okay, so you're gonna take this guy. You're gonna go here. You're gonna grab over. Okay, so now have a tight grip. Okay, it's better than this because this will, you'll still get a stretch, but trust me, go in here, grab over. You're gonna sink back, just like that, okay? So you can tell I'm letting the band take my arm away from me and I'm sinking back at the hips. I'm far away, but you can still see me, whatever. Right? So sink back at the hips. It's a nice stretch here for my lat, okay? And you will really feel this, trust me. What some people end up doing is they'll kind of hold on like this and they'll try to pull. Now you're just working the back. So get under, grab over, pull back, okay? This isn't in any particular order, but just do these stretches. Trust me, you'll feel a difference. Okay, so that's stretch number 1. All right, stretch number 2 is for your chest, okay? So once again, I have my band under, so I'm gonna go in and then grab over, not under. All right, so I'm gonna get low here. You know what? I'm gonna change the camera angle. Hold on, give me a second. Like magic. Okay, so I'm here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of lunge forward a bit. Okay, still stick in the camera frame. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually externally rotate, not internally, but thumb up. Externally rotate. Take my torso face away. So right now, it's stretching everything here, my chest, a little bit of my shoulders as well, but mostly the chest. Okay, so everything here, you're gonna open up, you're gonna really open up, and hold that for about 20 to 25 seconds, okay? Or depending on how much you wanna feel the stretch. And you're just gonna slowly come back. Same thing on both sides, okay? So after, you're gonna feel nice and loose here. Your posture's gonna be better too. You're not gonna be rounded, especially if you're over a computer all day. All right, so that's number 2. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have a band, you can just go, I'm gonna take this here. You can have your hand 9 degrees and you can kind of turn away. You'll still feel the stretch, or you can have your arm straight. Whatever you prefer, it doesn't matter, okay? But that's the worst case scenario if you don't have a band. Okay, so number 3, this is more or less for your hips. Okay, it's gonna open up the hip more. So I'm just gonna start here. You can go into a downward dog, just like that. Okay, it's optional, but it will help. Get the one leg forward. So, couple of things. I can have my knee down and I can shimmy the leg forward a bit until it's pretty much by my hand. Okay. After that, I'm gonna drop my hip down. I'm gonna really feel it in the hip capsule area. Okay, that's exactly what I want. Now, you can intensify this stretch by taking the back leg off the ground and the inside hand up to the ceiling. So not only does this open up the chest, but you're sinking down with the hip and you feel the hip opening up a lot more. You can also intensify this by pushing away a little bit, but making sure your foot isn't turning. You can't really see, but making sure your foot is not turning just like that, right? You can, it's better because now you're just working the hip capsule area rather than if you have weak ankles, you don't really want to do that too much, okay? So try your best, work the mobility, keep the foot down, and then push away. and you can work it back. This will loosen everything up. And obviously, same thing on both sides. The next one here is called the pigeon. I'm not really sure why it's called the pigeon, but it is what it is. Maybe a pigeon will do this every once in a while, I don't know. But let's get into the stretch. So once again, optional. You can start in a downward, okay? I'm gonna get one leg in, just like that. It's about a 45 angle here, okay? And my hat's cut off, but whatever, you kind of get the idea. So my leg here, I'm not collapsing onto the glute. I'm off the glute, okay? My body is up nice and straight. Can you see me? Can you see me? Excellent. Okay, my body is up nice and straight, but I'm pushing down here with my head, okay? So upright torso, I feel a nice stretch going up to my glute, okay? It's getting loosened up. This is also pretty good for the hips. You can intensify this a bit more by coming down to your forearms. All right, so remember, you're not collapsing, okay? One way is 90 degrees, and you sink down. You will feel a pull here, but a pigeon is kind of the harder version. So you can do the other way first, but this one will really open up the hip as well and the glutes, okay? And a lot of people have tight glutes, which gets to the low back, and it's not a good feeling. So you don't want that pain. So do that stretch especially, and you'll feel a difference over a certain amount of time. Hey, what's up? The last stretch here is for your hamstrings. So so my feet are straight, okay? I kind of get the underlying fat out of there, right? And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hinge forward, and then if you can touch your toes, you touch your toes. If you can't, grab onto your shin or wherever you can reach. It doesn't matter. You can be just over here and you will still feel a pull. For me, I have to go forward a little bit more, and then I feel the pull on my hamstrings. Now, you can go into a downward dog, but I feel that a bit more in my calves, not so much in the hamstrings. Now, doing this, that was a fun little transition. Doing this, you're just forward, and you can touch the toes. You will feel a nice pull in the hamstrings. The hamstrings as well, like it will help with any low back pain as well. Like everything is connected. Everything's connected. You don't want to just focus on one area. You want to try and stretch the whole body. And those are just 5 stretches I gave you guys, but there's a countless amount. Questions, ask, or send me a message. All right. And if you're a guy, you want to invite to my private men's Facebook group for my personal one-on-one coaching, let me know and I'll invite you in there. And nothing against women. I love you guys too, but I coach more men when it comes to the personal development, confidence coaching side of things. All right, personal training, anybody and everybody, doesn't matter. All right, so peace out, guys. I'll talk to you later.